I just bought this dirty Honda Recon from Facebook Marketplace, and in this video, you're going to see how I turned this into hundreds of dollars of profit. First, we're going to talk about how I got this thing. This is the original listing that I found on Facebook Marketplace, and if you look closely, it doesn't look that great. This thing is covered in pine straw, leaves, all over the footwells, has mud under the fender wells, it faded, it just does not look that great. But what we're going to do is clean this thing up, present it well, and see if we can turn a profit. Before we even take this thing home, we're going to clean it up. Every time I pick up a new ATV or dirt bike, the first thing I do is swing by my local car wash. Since this Recon is in excellent shape and isn't really all that dirty, we're just going to hit it with a simple pre-wash and then rinse it off. That should be more than enough for what we need with this one. What I'm mainly going to focus on when I'm spraying this pre-wash is anywhere that has some staining, especially the tires, the black plastics, along with the whole undercarriage. This should help lift some of that staining to help it rinse off better. Since this one's not that dirty, I'm not even going to give it a contact wash. We're just going to simply spray it down and get this thing back home and get started. While we get this thing cleaned up, I'm going to give you guys the backstory on this and tell you why I'm so excited for this flip. I picked this thing up from an elderly couple who used it as a hunting four-wheeler on their land. Unfortunately, at the age they're getting to now, they just don't hunt anymore, so they thought it would be best to get rid of the Recon. In preparation for selling, they took this thing by and got it professionally serviced. This thing has a fresh oil change, a fresh air filter, and just had the carb rebuilt. This thing runs and drives fantastic and has zero issues at all. When I showed up to look at this Recon, it was in amazing shape and was exactly as the seller had described to me over the phone. If you've been flipping on Marketplace at all, you know that's a breath of fresh air. I can't even begin to count the times that I showed up to buy something on Facebook Marketplace and the unit was nothing like the seller described to me. The couple that I bought this from were also wonderful people and super easy to deal with. So since they already had this Recon priced at a very good deal, I gave them full asking price for it. They wanted $1,700 and that's what they got. Thankfully though, I know that with the right presentation and getting this thing shined up, it'll be worth a good bit more. So if you stick around to the end of this video, you'll see just how far a good detail, a good presentation, and a good post goes. Now that most of the dirt and buildup is sprayed off of this thing, we're going to get it loaded up, taken home, so we can go ahead and shine it up. This is a good time for me to talk about these ramps that I picked up from Harbor Freight because I love them so much. These things are like $100, probably less if you get them on one of their sales. And I have been using this same set of ramps for probably the past 3 years. So if you guys are looking for an affordable set of ramps to get you started in this business, don't think that you have to pay for the big name. Go by Harbor Freight, grab this set, and you'll be perfectly fine. Alright guys, we got this Honda Recon back in the garage after picking it up, taking it by the car wash, giving it a spray down, which you guys just watched. And even though we just washed it, you can still see like there's some staining on this plastic. These tires, even though we paid really good attention to getting the pre-soak all over them, so they usually clean up a lot better than this. They're still pretty faded. They got some blooming on them. But the cool thing about this spoiler is even though it doesn't have the screen to show us the hours and the miles, this is a super low mileage Honda Recon. It's a 2005 model, and believe it or not, I don't know if you guys can tell how good these tires are, especially you can see on the back. These are the original tires from 2005. If you look at this header pipe, zero corrosion on this thing. I kind of want to touch this up. It doesn't look that great. How's it held on? We may just mask around this, touch it up just a tad. You know what? We're just gonna leave it. I don't want to risk getting overspray on it. So the first thing we're gonna do, before we make this thing look a lot better, take our pictures, we gotta get rid of these pine straw and leaves. It's bugging me so bad. Oh. Well, I thought I had a free bungee cord. So many acorns in this. Even after washing this thing and making a point to try to spray these things out, it did not happen. Did not happen. This metal mesh just trapped these things in here. Oh my gosh, this stuff is everywhere. Okay. Is that everything? I think that's everything. Something else really cool about this thing. I bought this from an older couple that they used on their hunting land, got out of hunting. It's been sitting for years. They just picked it up today from being serviced. So this thing has fresh oil change, and I'll show you guys. I need to wipe that off. Okay, fresh oil change, just cleaned the carburetor, not a new one. That is, I believe, the original. At least that's what they said. Brand new air filter. And the metal cage is still in there. They oiled it. Great. I thought I was gonna have to oil it. So great when you pick these things up and they're freshly serviced. Literally just have to clean them, present them better, and that's about all we have to do. Oh look, another bungee. Will we go 2 for 2? Yeah. All right, first thing we're gonna take care of is these tires. Since these are bigger, I'm not gonna use my SC1 on them like I usually do with the smaller ones. This one's getting the Meguiar's Hot Shine. And my can's almost empty. Big difference. Big difference. All right, just a tiny bit left in there. So now, we're gonna take our SC1, which as always, in the description if you wanna grab some. Take a look at this plastic. It's a little bit faded gloss, It's got some scratches from being used in hunting trails. And this too, especially, faded, stained. Incredible. So what I like to do so I don't miss any spots, I typically would try to hit colors. So that means I'll try to hit all the green, all the black. All right, so now we've hit all the green. Make sure I didn't miss any of that. Now we're gonna start hitting the black plastics. I also hit all of this. Then watch this lid. So much better. One thing too, lightly dust the seat is fine as long as you wipe it off before anybody gets on it. It's not fun if you sit on it like that. Not fun at all. You don't have to go super heavy with this stuff. Like watch, this is faded, light dust. Because to be fair, this stuff's pretty expensive. I'm also gonna lightly dust this. You do not get this heavy on the exhaust. It will smoke when you start it up. And to be safe, I'm gonna take a rag and wipe that header pipe down. I'm also actually just gonna go ahead and give a quick wipe to that. That looks a lot better. No clue what these are. They would not come off. It's up here too. I almost wonder if someone spilled paint at some point, because it's, if you look close, it's kind of on a few different places. You can also take this and lightly dust down here on this gloss black. Makes it look a bit better. I'm just gonna hit these wheel caps. And that's looking pretty good. So now, I'm gonna take it. See if we can throw it up against this wall. Like that. Straighten these handlebars out. And snag some pictures for Marketplace. It's not gonna fit, so we're gonna have to go landscape. When you're doing this, make sure you get pictures from all angles, because as soon as you don't, somebody's gonna message, do you have any more pictures? And then you're gonna have to come here and do this anyway. And there it is. So I'm gonna get this thing posted, and I'll come back to you guys and update you once it's sold. And just like that, only 3 days later, we're loaded up and headed to the meetup spot. The best part is, we're getting full asking price. All right, we're back from selling the Recon. This one was a 2005 Honda Recon, which we purchased for $1,700. We had an added cost of around $40 when you factor in fuel and the coins for washing it. We ended up selling this thing for $2,500, which gives us a profit of $760 on this one. So if you guys want to see more flips like this, make sure you stay tuned, like, comment, and subscribe.